shut a corner, and if we don't find it, and that's the end of vibrant Jewish life and university campus in this country. We cannot permit it to happen.
Many people have said to me, when I've asked them about their evolution politically and socially, they have said, I'm a 9/11 conservative. And it's a fascinating term. 9/11 changed them. So here we have October 7th, in effect, changed you. Not that you were conservative before, I assume not, but that's
Approaching a railroad crossing.
You were not, yeah, you were not, you would not have written, I now understand what happened in Germany looking at Harvard. I mean, it's an astonishing statement for you to make.
It is absolutely astonishing. I'll tell you the following. Us religious Jews, so we had 2 days of the festival outside Israel, so we all turned our phone on Sunday night, on the 8th of October, after the end of the festival, and we all saw then what we'd only heard rumors about, terrible, terrible images, and the atrocities and the sheer numbers. I mean, we couldn't believe it. It was something absolutely beyond belief. I, along with everyone else, see the full extent of the horror, the butchery, the savagery, the sheer animalism of these murderers, of the atrocities, and of course, our hearts break, and we are absolutely shocked. We've never seen anything like this in our lives. But for me, and for my fellow students, there was an extra level of sadness and outrage that night, which was when we turned on our Twitter feed, we turned on our news feed, and we see that our fellow students haven't condemned it. On the contrary, they have justified it. They have celebrated it. They have framed it as a necessary step of decolonization. They have identified themselves with it, and the university administration was stayed silent. Now was the moment that myself and many other students, something snapped in our minds. Something, I would say, even go so say radicalized at that moment. We realized the true nature of our enemy on our own campus.
Why is there no, or maybe there was pro-Israel demonstration?
There have been some pro-Israel demonstrations of showing those videos on Monday night. There have been 1 or 2 pro-Israel elements. There are a few troubles. Number one is that those generally who are not on the far left are much worse at organizing and at being loud and noisy. There's something about those on the left of the political spectrum who are very good at organizing and showing up and yelling loudly and making a noise and getting their friends to come along. This is something they do all the time. Those who are not, those who are pro-Israel or pro-the West, pro-America, generally not nearly as good at that. That's one issue. Another issue is numbers on the campus, and I think actually safety as well on the campus. I think there are many rank-and-file students at Harvard who are in fact somewhat pro-Israel or somewhat protective of Israel, but wouldn't show their face at a pro-Israel demonstration. Again, for fear of being classed as pro-Israel, which in some departments, in some academic discourse, is akin in yourself will be a protest coming up. Those 3 forces bring otherwise intelligent people to the horrific conclusion that Hamas going house to house, slaughtering and raping and incinerating people is justified as something worth saying. We've been thinking with JJQT, with the town hall reports on the level.
relief.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference. reliefactor.com.
If you're between 50 and 85 years of age, stay tuned for this very expensive. The average funeral is at least over $10,000 to $15,000. Is your family prepared to handle the financial burden after you're gone? Did you know that you may qualify for up to $25,000 in final expense life insurance benefits? These state-approved final expense plans will get tax-free benefits to your family after you are gone, regardless of your future age or medical condition. There are no medical exams. Your rates will never increase. Your benefits will never decrease. Don't make the last name of your family a large risk. Call 800-496-4779 now to lock in your lowest rate, or get a free quote at Compare National now at 800-496-4779. Prepare for the inevitable and the factor, but don't leave your family grieving and worried about paying you a debt. Call 800-496-4779. That's 800-496-4779.
There was no mistaking today where Benjamin Netanyahu is coming from. The Israeli Prime Minister tells his nation the military has opened a second stage in the war against Hamas by sending infantry troops into Gaza and expanding attacks from the ground, air, and the sea. He says it will only increase the broad ground invasion into the territory. An Iranian teenage girl injured weeks ago in a mysterious incident in Tehran while not wearing a headscarf has died. Armida Garavan had been in a coma for weeks. Her parents say a fall may have contributed to their daughter's injury and eventual death. However, activists abroad have alleged the child may have been pushed or attacked. This is SRN News.
8:60 a.m. The Answer. Streaming now on our app and the Odyssey app. Portions of our programming may be pre-recorded. Welcome back to Town Hall Review with Hugh Hewitt, brought to you in partnership with our sponsor, the Pepperdine Graduate School of Public Policy. J.J. Kimhe, the doctoral student at Harvard, pointed out a disturbing thing I've been watching closely myself. He pointed out how his fellow students, quoting him, quote, haven't condemned this. On the contrary, they have celebrated. Then he said, something snapped in our minds. I do hope something is snapping in your mind as well. Return for more of the conversation with J.J. Kimhe with Dennis Prager.
I want to add a little bit to what you said before. You said there's one difference between the Nazis and Hamas, which is that the Nazis tried to hide what they did and Hamas didn't, and that's 100% true. I'd like to actually say the second difference between the two, which is that Hamas is fueled essentially by their religious conviction. They have no problem killing themselves and their families in order to kill Jews. The Nazi soldiers weren't keen to do this. They weren't keen to die in order to kill Jews. Hamas are not only happy to do so, they are ready, willing, and eager to drag down themselves and everything within their environment just in order to sow more death and destruction among the Jews. They are more dangerous and worse than the Nazis, and any reasonable reader of history will confirm.
Do you think Harvard has suffered anything transcending a few months in its reputation?
I think they're certainly on campuses. In the eyes of some, they have been discredited. In the eyes of many, they simply have confirmed themselves as battling the global, quote-unquote, colonizers of the West, the evil white people. That's who they pitch themselves as battling against. And they see this in the air. This is simply part of the battle, and it is astonishing. The education at elite universities has reached this terrible level. And I think that, yes, in many circles, hopefully, Harvard and many other universities have suffered a plummeting of their reputation. But actually, in many other circles, they will simply be seen as, oh, yes, this is the tip of the spear in confronting global injustice of some such kind.
A serious number of Americans already have contempt for the university, and this has only increased that.
It is a lamentable fact that this country and many other countries still worship a kind of credentialism. I mean, there are some universities that have a seemingly unassailable reputation when it comes to their credentials. Look, having been at Harvard for 4 years, and having visited many other Ivy League universities, there are elements of really excellent scholarship there. And there are elements of, pursuit of truth and pursuit of real worthwhile in and of themselves, and would the university stick to that, they would maintain their deserved reputation among people. However, there have been a few terrible blights and terrible falsehoods that have been allowed to undermine all their education and to sink the poison through much of the university. I've seen this myself in the classroom, and it seems to me that what has led to this very specific situation, the consecration of Israel, is what I like to call three central falsehoods, three major falsehoods that pervade many of the departments, sadly, in universities today. What are the falsehoods being propagated that allow them to truly believe that Israel deserves what it does and that Hamas are justified in slaughtering civilians, going house to house, machine gunning entire families? What has brought them to this point? And I've thought, quite a bit about it, and basically I think it's down to three very specific falsehoods that are part of the contemporary campus narrative. The first is that the unique evil of the West. This is something that is being taught in classrooms, I think, across the country, where all examples of human evil are brought to show how Western countries specifically are the worst offenders, right? So anything from racism to slavery to colonialism, you name the human sin, and it's specifically the white Western countries of Europe and North America which are the greatest sinners. Of course, and again, this is naturally false. While the West has the evil things that the countries of the West have done, they are by no means unique and certainly not the worst offenders in any of these areas. That's falsehood number one. Falsehood number two is the idea that you can always split the conflict into oppressed and oppressors, colonized and colonizers, good people versus bad people, and that anything that the oppressors, so to speak, do is terrible and evil and unjustified and a human rights abuse, and anything that the oppressed do is virtuous and justified and necessary for the end of decolonization. And falsehood number three, which is the most obvious falsehood of all, is this notion that the state of Israel is some sort of Western imposition in the Middle East. That the Jews don't belong there, that this is part of the Western colonial story, is implanting Jews into the Middle East. Anyone with a 5-minute acquaintance with a history textbook should know that it's false. Jews have had a 3,000-year robust civilization in the land of Israel, and all Jews who live outside the land of Israel are very aware that they are Judeans, they are Jews from Judea, they are Jews, and that is reflected in their language, and in their culture, and in their religion, and in every part of their consciousness. Those three falsehoods bring otherwise intelligent people to the horrific conclusion that Hamas going house to house, slaughtering and raping and incinerating people is justified and something worth celebrating.
Coming up, playwright David Mamet.
What would President Trump have done if this happened to as much? It wouldn't have happened to his I believe that.
When the Town Hall Review with Hugh Hewitt returns in a moment. Stay with us.
In September 1976, Ronald Reagan prepared a radio address titled Shaping the World for 100 Years to Come, telling the story of writing a letter for a time capsule to be opened in 2076. I'm Pete Peterson, Dean of Pepperdine's Graduate. And in many ways, through our students, alumni, and faculty, we're helping to shape the next 100 years in our communities, states, and nation. Our unique liberal arts master's program at one of America's leading Christian universities continues to prepare students for political and policy careers from our cities to Capitol Hill. As we celebrate our 25th anniversary year, please watch our new promotional video based on Reagan's address on our Pepperdine SPP YouTube channel. And if you know someone thinking about graduate school this fall, we welcome applications at publicpolicy.pepperdine.edu. That's publicpolicy.pepperdine.edu.
Hi, this is Dennis Prager. As you know, the culmination of my life's work has been writing my Rational Bible Commentary series. I have done Genesis, Exodus, and the just-released Deuteronomy. They are all called the Rational Bible because my approach is entirely reason-based. My motto is, if it doesn't make sense, I don't accept it. If you look up the 5,000 reviews on my Rational Bible volumes, you will see how many lives I have changed. Whether you are a Jew, a Christian, an atheist, or a member of some other religion, it doesn't matter. This speaks to your mind and your heart in explaining the most important books ever written. The nation's founders. So if you're looking looking for the perfect holiday gift, even for someone with no faith, in fact, especially, I recommend giving them my Rational Bibles. Go to PragerStore.com. You can buy them individually or as a complete set. All Rational Bibles sold in the Prager Store are autographed by me. Go to PragerStore.com. That's PragerStore.com, or click the banner on my website.
The cost of everything is going up. It's got you re-examining your priorities in a big way. If you had thoughts of a private school for your child, where a well-rounded curriculum, individual attention, and an emphasis on values provide a foundation for success, well, we've got great news. Right now, on our website, you'll find tuition vouchers for some of the Bay's most prestigious private schools, available at half price. Learn more and explore our list of participating schools at 860amtheanswer.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is, but on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around
That's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOLD for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOLD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOLD for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
Looking for ways to get your money growing faster? Provident Credit Union can help you make more from your investment. At Provident, you can find security with a great rate of 3.75% annual percentage yield on a 25-month term share certificate. Rate effective October 18th, 2022. Limited time offer. Minimum balance requirement of $10,000 and must be funds that have not been on deposit for the last 60 days. Early withdrawal penalty may apply. Federally insured by the NCUA. Visit providentcu.org for terms and conditions.
8:60 a.m. The Answer.
Welcome back to the Town Hall Review with Hugh Hewitt. I'm Seth Leibson. The events that we've been talking about, the October 7th massacre, are difficult to discuss. The evil is so barbarous, so unthinkable, that instinctively you want to turn away. But the fact that the overwhelming majority of protests on university campuses has come in support of Hamas sends a chill down the spine. At least it does to this Jew. All of this, yes, all of this on the campus comes from the left. To that point, that David Mamet, the award-winning playwright and author, penned a piece this week entitled, How the Democrats Betrayed the Jews. The subtitle is better. The sick thrill of anti-Semitism has a price. Mamet was a guest of Dennis Prager.
You describe